It's another personality test here on FM24, but this time with a difference. The broad spectrum of the determined personality ranges from quite poor to really good, even though it is still classed as determined. So, what I've done here is a little bit different from the usual personality experiments. We've covered the full spectrum of the determined personality in order to showcase just how good or bad the determined personality can be. Hopefully, this will be a wild one. Let's get into it. And what's that I hear? 6 wonder kids? Bloody hell, ladies and gentlemen. I do spoil you. It's not 5 today, it is 6. It's determined as a personality type. 90 current ability, 200 potential ability. Of course, as ever, they're all 5'9" and they're all central midfielders. So, eagle-eyed viewers, eagle-eyed viewers, like it's hard to see. Everyone who's been paying attention will see bracketed things at the end of each guy's name. That's more for you guys as well as myself, just to know who is the high, mid and low of the determination spectrum. So, Luka Stefanovic is our Croatian wonder kid, along with Sorin Popescu. Now, these two have this as their current personality type to be determined. As you can see, ambition at 10, loyalty at 10, professionalism 15, determination at 18 remains constant for the lot of them. So determination has to be between 18 and 20 to be classed as a determined personality. And I believe if you go above 15 professionalism, it becomes professional. So 15 is the top end. So we might see these guys change to professional, model professional, and all that jazz. But for now, the key things to look at here are ambition and professionalism, and maybe pressure and temperament as well. So 10, 15, 12, 14 over here, and then 18, of course, that'll be remain for all 6 will have 18 determination. The 2 low ones are Alexander Björklund, our Finnish representative, and Mateusz Brozek, our Pole. Now, again, 18 determination as mentioned. All the attributes are the same as well. But if you look here, ambition, pressure, professionalism, sportsmanship, and temperament all have a range of, I think, about 5 to about 15, 14 or something like that. They're all at 5. So this guy will probably, or these two with the low determination personality, will probably be considerably worse overall. And then, of course, we've got Gisli Hilmarsson, our Icelandic, and Kyle McLevy, our Scot. Again, 18 determination. And if we look here, as previously, we had 5 for the low, 15 or 12s for the top. Well, we're sort of in the middle in around 8s, 10s, and all that jazz. So the mids will probably improve quite well. The high will improve very well. And the lows maybe won't improve as well as you might think, despite the fact that if you look at the personality type, it is very clearly determined, which I think is very ambiguous because the range on that between the high and the low is huge. So if you look and you go, oh, he's determined, we're onto a winner here, you could not be onto a winner. You could have 5 professionalism, 5 ambition, 2 attributes that we've covered in previous videos that just showcase how important they are to development. So in reality, them being low, determined might actually not be the best personality type. I think with some of the better personality types, I'm going to go through and do this format to really break down and uncover some of the flaws with the personality types. I think we've done that I think we've been doing that on the channel for quite a while, but let's step it up a notch, shall we? Anyway, that's a very long intro. I hope you've stuck with me, and I hope you are looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to the results. Yours in the dark as me at this point. I have no idea what happens. As ever, 1 year into the future, on we move. And of course, these are quite admin heavy to do with all the players and everything, so I would appreciate if you could drop a like on it and subscribe if you're new around here. There's plenty of other personality types on the channel, educating you for your save games. That could be a tagline, couldn't it? Right, so straight off the bat, Kyle McLevy, defensive mid, centre back, been retrained. He's gone to Newcastle. He's on £220 a week. Gisli has gone to Hikimia. Björklund has gone to ETH. Brozek is at Rakau. Stefanovic is at Rudes. And Popescu is at RJ. And as you can see here, it's not as cut and dry as you might think. And now, of course, one thing to consider is the quality of league that they're in. So they're all... the quality of the league they're in and actually playing some games. The first season is not going to be the be-all and end-all of their careers. And as you see, Gisli Hilmarsson and Mateusz Brozek haven't improved at all. They're still at 90. Alexander at 91, again, not really done anything. Kyle at Newcastle at 96, not really done great. So that's the mids and the lows sort of mixed up, really. but there's 6 attribute points between them, so they're all quite condensed. Then, of course, you jump up to the highs, Sorin and Luca, 107 and 108. So there's already a gulf between them here. After season 1, we can already see changes are happening. Luca's already grown an inch, he's 5'10". Sorin's played 21 times for FC Arges in the Romanian second league. What the actual is this? 3 teams relegated. I don't know what happened to Viitorul Târgu Jiuan. I don't know what happened to them. Why have they not got anything next to them? You've got Steaua Bucuresti promoted, along with CSC Semlibar. You've got Chehlal Piatra Neamt are the champions from 6th. And Unirea Dej have also been relegated from 12th, as have CM Risita. And then you've got loads of teams in playoffs. This is a madness. This is an absolute madness. Only played 19 games as well, so just 1 game. Neutral venue, home or away? I don't know. Sorin's been playing for him. And this is interesting. Alexander Bjorklund has actually played 23 times for ETH. 11 in cup competitions, 10 in the league. The Finnish Premier League. Oh, we're halfway through. Are we? I don't know. Yeah, ETH, 9th. There we go. I don't know what's going on. Legit don't know what's going on. I'm not very well versed on some of these leagues, and it's confusing me already. And that's not the important part of the experiment. So, can we move on to the next year, 2025? Yes, we shall. No transfers whatsoever. Luka Stefanovic has asked to leave. Why? He's considering his options, feels he has a strong connection with Ante Koric. They have similar levels of professionalism. Do they? No, they don't. He's got 11. Luka's got 15. Much better. Much better. He's played 15 times for Rudes in the second league. Oh, Rudes got relegated in that first season, and they did not get promoted. So Luka thinks he's better than Rudes. And to be honest, he probably is. He's at 117. Now, Sorin at 132. He's flown. Absolutely flown in terms of his ability. Well, he's playing regularly, and they've got promoted FC Arges in that second season. Should we go and look at the league again? Let's go and look at the league. Where did Arges actually finish top and got promoted? Weren't champions though. Whatever. But he's played regularly in Romania, and he's improved very well. The facilities aren't great, but 132. Now, we've got Luca at 117, doing very well as well. Kyle at Newcastle, 104, very respectable, 14 attribute points in 2 years. Alexander Bjorklund is still at EIF. He's broke the 100 barrier at 101. Mateus at 94, unfortunately, and Gisli at 93. Now, these 4, the mids and the lows, I think the mids will probably overtake the lows as time goes on. But it all depends where they go and what they're doing in terms of how much they're playing. That's why we've gone 2 players per attribute type, because I want to make sure that we've not just got unlucky with one player where they're just rotting in the Man City reserves for 6 years or something, so they're never going to improve. Gisli, though, is joining actually Manchester United. The worst one, he's not the worst, he's got mid personality for it. So watch that tank right down the bottom. Go and sit with Jadon Sancho, who's probably still there. Joining on the 1st of the 1st, 2026, Zidane's in charge of Manchester United. Has he whipped him into shape? Remains to be seen. So we've seen a promotion for FC Arges. Rudes, is not been promoted, and he got relegated in that first season. He wasn't playing for them then, though. Kyle's not played for Newcastle. Alexander's playing lots for ETH, but he's not improved too much. Mateus has broken into the Rakov first team, and Gisli is playing as well for HK Ymir. 2026 then, let's move on. Let's see if we can start kicking on with some of these moves. Well. So, Sorin has moved to Liverpool, and he moved for £2.1 million when? The 1st of January. So he's moved in January. He was playing week in, week out for Arges again in the first league. Then he's left in January, come to Liverpool and not played at all. He's at 139 current ability. Luka Stefanovic is at 133. That's because he's been playing a hell of a lot more for Rudes. And again, they've not been promoted. Unfortunately, but he has been playing a hell of a lot more for them. Kyle at Newcastle has finally made himself 3 appearances. He's also wanted by Huddersfield, Plymouth and Swansea on loan. That's going to be key for him to improve, because we do want some of these mid players to improve as well. I'd like them all to improve, to be honest, but I'm not sure that's definitely going to happen. Alexander at 110, though, he is wanted by a who's who of British and Italian teams. You got the big wigs in Italy: AC, Inter, Juve, Lazio and Napoli. Liverpool, United and Spurs from the UK. England, I don't know why I said the UK there. Like if a Scottish team was involved in that, then it would have been a great sentence. But they weren't, were they? He's asked to leave. I'm in the way here. Let me move out of the way. I love it when we see this. Asked to leave. Wants to leave following a contract extension being triggered at a time when he was concerned about the quality of the squad. So this is quite a common occurrence, I feel, on Football Manager 2024. Move back to the other side. I think this is very good. This is a very common occurrence, I've found, especially when a player comes to you a bit unhappy. Teams are often triggering these contract extensions, and that's then alienating them, which I think is a fantastic mechanic in the game, because previously there was just no interaction when you triggered a contract extension. It was just like, oh, I'm screwed. Because what a way to cheese the game would be get them in young, low, work the space does this all the time, 5-year deal, paying them probably, maybe if they're worth 10k, he's probably paying them 15k on a 5-year deal with a 3-year contract extension, or 18k or something. So he's overpaying them to begin with, but then he's got a world-class player, probably about 170 current ability, on £18,000 a week. They want a new contract, he rides it out, triggers that extension, no more said. Whereas now, players will be fuming at that. So I do like that mechanic. We've gone off on a tangent, ladies and gentlemen. Of course we have. Gisley at United. He hasn't played, but he has started to improve. But he's lost professionalism and ambition. They've gone down from 10s to 4 and 6 respectively. Loyalty's also gone down. So he's been retrained as a natural defensive midfielder as well. Recommended current ability 98. So they've not broken the 100 barrier yet. And Mateusz Brożek, who is got the low side of determination, well, his ambition's gone down to 1. His ambition is at 1, yet his personality is still determined. So this is what I'm saying. I think Mateusz is a lost cause. I'm saying it now. I don't think Gisley's going to do much. Alexander, has he improved? He hasn't. He hasn't improved his attributes whatsoever. His hiddens anyway. No. Yeah. But if we look at Sorin Popescu and Mateusz Brożek, just compare the two. They started off exactly the same. Worlds apart, aren't they? More transfers incoming then. Let's move to 2027. Well, here we go then. Sorin has been knocked off the top spot by his fellow high determination player, Luka Stefanovic, who has actually moved for free from Roods to PSG. When did he move? Yesterday. He was second. He was Young Player of the Year in the second division of Croatia, was Luka Stefanovic, so he's starting to make moves in his career. He's got under 21 caps to his name as well. Looking very good indeed. 145, fantastic. Sorin never got that loan move. He needs that loan move, Liverpool. He needs a loan move. 142 he's on. Cal McLevy at Newcastle, 124. Again, he's not had that loan move, but he's starting to improve quite nicely. 8 appearances off the bench there. 8 appearances in continental competition as well. 2 of them starts and 2 off the bench in cups. So 18 appearances all in all, 16 off the bench. Not quite enough, but he's at 124. He's in the middle, and he's a mid-level personality type. Alexander Bjorklund has moved to Spurs for £9 million, the biggest spend so far. Spurs have played him once off the bench, which surprises me because he's not actually that good yet. 111. Hiddens remain the same. This is the issue now. Gisley, he's gone there for free. He's gone to Manchester United for free, as we saw last time out. His ambition's gone back to 6. So he's got 6 for ambition, loyalty, and professionalism. His asking price will be 73. So his hiddens are slightly above low, but they're not as big as mid. So he's not going to do as well. Mateusz, unfortunately, is still rotting in Poland, and he's not managed to improve whatsoever. He's not got past 100. His ambition's still at 1. His professionalism's now up at 6. I believe it was down at 5 to begin with. So there is that. Improvements have been made. Not enough for my liking. Well, I mean, look at the disparity. 50 attribute points here. Mateusz has improved 5. Luka has improved 55 in the 4 years that we've been simulating this experiment. Luka's also grown to 5'11". And we've got 3 players here at 5'10". Sorin and Mateusz are the only ones who've remained at 5'9". 2028 then is where we're moving to. And I'm thinking one of these 3, and Alexander, loan moves are key for these guys now, because a good loan move can have any of these go top. Alexander might take a couple of loan moves. Same with Kyle, maybe. But a couple of seasons rotting, and as you've seen, Sorin was miles clear of Luka, and Luka's caught him up because Sorin has been rotting in the Liverpool reserves. So what this is going to show, of course, it's one of the things that we do establish in nearly every personality experiment, that game time is absolutely key. Game time is so crucial to player development, it's insane. That being said, it is very important to have a decent personality type. As you've seen here, determined personality for Mateusz Brożek with a low. I mean, the two lows are at the bottom, the two mids are in the middle, and the two highs are up top. So we're starting to have a league table of current ability that I expected. Luka has pulled 7 attribute points clear. He's at PSG. He's played 18 times last season in Liga UBs. 14 off the bench, but he has played 18 times in a league-winning season. He's got himself a trophy, ladies and gentlemen. He is current league champion. Sorin Popescu at Liverpool, still yet to make an appearance. Yet to make an appearance at all. Send him out on loan. Kyle hasn't got himself a loan move, but he has played a lot from the bench. This season, he's played 27 times from the bench, made 2 starts. Now, all 19 appearances in the league were from the bench. So he has started to improve a bit. He's at 129. Gisley at United, 4 appearances for them, 2 per season. Again, most of them off the bench. Not ideal, but his ambition's now back up at 8. I think his sportsmanship has gone to 10 from 6. Or had that not gone down? I'm not sure if that had gone down, actually. Loyalty and professionalism is still there at 6. Not ideal, but the ambition's creeping back up, which is starting to come through with his improvements in his ability. Kyle's ambition has actually gone down. I think it was started at 8. Yeah, no, he did. Mids was at 8. Alexander Bjorklund at Spurs, 1 appearances still. Hidden's exactly where they were. And Mateusz, it just goes to show, doesn't it? His professionalism's gone up to 8 now from 5, but ambition being at 1 is just horrendous. Ambition is one of most important attribute type, hidden attributes, but it's not that important on its own. That's the thing. It's a support attribute. If you have no ambition but everything else is great, you're not going to quite hit that potential. However, if you have just ambition and nothing else, you're still not going to hit it. It's got to work in conjunction with other things. And here, it's not working in conjunction with determination, which means Mateusz Brożek is still on 96, and he's played the most games. And you can't argue that the Polish leagues are that much worse than some of the other leagues that we've been in here. I mean, not to disparage them, but the Romanian league, the Icelandic league, the Finnish league, are they that much worse? Really? I would say no. He's the last person to get a transfer. He might not even get a transfer. He might be in Poland his whole career. Let's go to 2029 then. So we're hitting a bit of a brick wall. Luka hasn't improved for PSG this season. He's still at 151. And that's because he's not really played much. Sorin is at 149. He has improved a bit. He's made 6 appearances for Liverpool. 14 off the bench, actually, in all competitions. He started to break in, and as that's been reflected in his current ability. Kyle at Newcastle. He is playing a hell of a lot. 2 starts here. Finally made himself a Premier League start. He has got himself 21 appearances off the bench as well. Loads in continental competitions. 32 appearances off the bench, all in all, which is important, which is why he's got to 134. No change in his personality type. Gisley at United. Oh, he went on loan to Salford. Made 1 appearance. Why? Only 1 appearance. Ambition back up at 9. He's doing all right. He's pulling it back, is Gisley. 117. Alexander Bjorklund. He's wanted by Cardiff on loan. Can someone go out and loan, please? Professionalism's gone up to 6. Oh, Spurs having their way with him. Mateusz has gone up to 98. He will break that 100 barrier soon, we hope. 9 professionalism. No ambition. No one wants him. 2030. Oh, and Sorin is now back top of the pile, and he's played 34 times for Liverpool. 12 starts, 22 off the bench. He's hit that threshold where Liverpool are bringing him into the team, and he's improved a hell of a lot. PSG, again, 20 appearances, but 17 were off the bench. It wasn't enough. So as you can see, off the bench appearances do help you improve somewhat, but not enough. And he's at 152 still. Was it 151 last time, or was it 151 the time before that? He's not improved much in the last couple of years. Kyle's at 134. I think that's where he was last time. Yeah, he was. 3 appearances in the league. Oof. Not very good. Gisley for United, he's got to 124. He's added a loan move to Brest. And that was probably the Brest thing for him. Finally, a joke. A bad one, but a joke. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You can leave your likes below. Anyway, sorry, getting sidetracked. That was a good thing for him. Professionalism's up at 7. Ambition at 9. He's starting to improve. Much better. 124. He's still not... So, is it 124? Maybe he didn't improve that much at Brest. That's a bit disappointing. Alexander Bjorklund at Spurs. He's listed. You don't want him. He's gone to Bolton. He's had a loan move to Bolton, but he's not improved. It's the low determined personality. And then Mateusz Brożek still at 98. 22 years old. Not made that move. Might not. I did not expect someone to not break out of their own home nation on this, but the low determination personality type, they're really struggling. The mid one, again, they're having a tough-ish time. A little bit of mentoring and a little bit more game time, and they'd be up there. These two, like, the clubs are working against them by not playing them and not sending them out on loan. Yeah, they're still making it. The disparity between the different personality types, it's insane. So we're going to jump through 2 years now to 2032 because going season by season, not much is happening. No one's going to be at 200 by then. So 2 years. Well. Sorin at Liverpool. He's wanted by Newcastle and he looks fantastic, doesn't he? And in the last 2 years, he has become a mainstay of Liverpool's side. That being said, Newcastle have just won the bloody league. The league winners want Sorin. I'll probably pay a pretty penny, well over 100 million. Luka Stefanovic is still in the 150s, and that's because he's a sub-merchant for PSG. Gisley has made it to 136. He's now at Atletico Madrid on loan from Manchester United. He's been on loan at Millwall. He's gone on loan to Atletico Madrid, where he's played 12 times, admittedly all of them off the bench. Bit annoying. Should have gone more to a championship side where he played 43 times. Gisley his ambition and professionalism are not doing too bad. They are back middling. As to where we need to be. 136 at 24. He's never going to make it. These guys probably will. Oh, Luka probably won't actually at 24. 42 attribute points gets 200. Probably not going to do it. Kyle, he's wanted by Norwich and Gijon. He's at Chelsea. He left Newcastle for £23 million. Sorry. Potential cost including add-ons. Left for £18.5 million. Chelsea barely played him. Alexander Bjorklund is at West Ham. Left Tottenham on a free. He had a loan spell at Ipswich. Then he's gone to West Ham on a free. Nothing's really happened. He's at 125. Mateus is wanted by Motor. He's still at Rakov. He's been there his entire career. The reason, do you know what? He's not really playing for Rakov. He's playing for the reserves. That's part of the issue. He's always playing for the reserves. And his ambition's still at 1. His professionalism's up at 10 now. His versatility's at 11. He's improved a bit there. Like I say, he has got himself to 101 in terms of his current ability, but he has not got a hope in hell of even catching Alexander. Never mind getting to 200 or making a career for himself. So I think normally we want to see stuff at the business end of these experiments, don't we? We want to see how good players get. Because, well, I do anyway. I like to see that. But to be honest, Sorin and Luka, I expect them to do well because Determined's a great personality type. These two interest me because with the mid range of those hidden attributes. Because the reality is you are probably going to get players with sort of a more middling range of attributes rather than the top end of these personality types. And if you do get a player with the low, I mean, bloody hell, Mateus, in 9 years, 8 years, 9 years, whatever it is, 11 attribute points. Shambles. Sorin's probably going to get to 200 first, if he gets there at all. Luka's probably not going to get there. So we're going to go through 3 years to 2035. They'll be 27 at this point. They'll still be in their peak. They will still have a couple of years of progression in them, but that'll be about it where they'll get to. Maybe a few attribute points here or there. So Sorin is wanted by Bayern Munich. He never made that move to Newcastle. He stayed at Liverpool, where he is now at 195 current ability. He's still determined. He's a world-class midfielder. Yes, he is. 15 goals in 70 caps for Romania. He is a mainstay in the Liverpool side. No Premier League trophy for Liverpool, though. United and City have won the last 2. Thomasberg is in charge of Liverpool. Luka is at PSG still, and is he finally playing? He is. The last 2 seasons, so he started as many games as he came off the bench, 26 of each in all competitions. Following season, he only made 1 substitute appearance. Every other appearance in all competitions was a start, 32 of them. His personality is still very, very good, still very, very determined. He's at 171. He's not done terribly at all, has he? I mean, to get to 200 is a very long way to go. No wonder kid that you buy really will be 200. You'll be very lucky to get any in the 190s. Most of them will probably be in the range of about 165 to about 185 in reality. Anything better than that, you are very lucky and you really need to harness them. But you're never going to know that because knowing what someone's current and potential ability is only something available through the in-game editor. If you got that, you got it. Kyle has gone to Real Madrid from Chelsea. So Chelsea bought him 21 million it ended up at. He went on loan to Rangers where he had a bloody good time. And Real Madrid have bought him for £41 million. 22 appearances, 18 of them off the bench in the league. But he's not done terribly. He's at 146, but he's just won the league. He has just won the league in a season where they only lost one game. That was to Atletico Madrid. Benjamin Sesko's Atletico Madrid, no less. Gisley has left Manchester United and gone to Brentford. Look at the loan moves. Look at the loan moves on him. 12 appearances for Atletico Madrid off the bench. Went to Saint-Etienne, again, sub-merchant. Went to Dynamo Zagreb. 20 appearances, 17 of them were starts. Finally, a little bit of something. Man United, it just didn't work out for him. But then Brentford signed him for £25 million. 24 of those 33 appearances were off the bench. His personality's almost recovered to back where it was. I think he probably has recovered, actually. I think ambition probably started at 8. Professionalism's at 10. He's recovered pretty well there. He's at 143. Bjorklund is at Palace. He left West Ham for £3.9 million. Professionalism's up at 10 for him. 125. Not going to happen, is it? And Mateus, he did leave Rakov. He went to Amiens in France. Never played. Now he's currently in the Romanian league with ACSM Palatinaka. He also went on loan to Slask. He is playing for Palatinaka, but he's at 103 out of 200. His career is done, as is Alexander's. These two in the 140s have done okay. These two have really made a name for themselves. And had they not gone to like PSG, if Luca hadn't gone to PSG and rotted on the bench and in the reserves for so long, and he went to a team, say like, well, let's say a Brentford or a Crystal Palace, where he would have been breaking into that first team more and playing a lot more. Who knows, he might have got there. Sorin was lucky enough that Liverpool gave him a chance and he just kicked on enough. Look how good he is there. Look at that polygon and look at those attributes. We're in 2035. I appreciate this video has rumbled on because we've really delved into the nitty gritty of the broad spectrum of the determination attribute. I think this is probably going to finish. The 2 highs at the top, the 2 mids at the middle and the 2 lows down below. Let's go through 5 years to 2032. 2040, they'll be 32. So, Sorin is at 198. He may have made it to 200. I don't know if that's that important at this stage. Luca is still at PSG at 176, so not a lot's happened for him in the last 5 years. Although I say not a lot's happened, he has become a mainstay for PSG. Although Saint-Etienne have won the league a couple of times out of nowhere, so he's a few-time Ligue 1 winner. Sorin, in the last 5 years, Liverpool have won a Premier League title. Chelsea have won 2, City have won 1, and so have Arsenal. But he has got himself a Premier League title. He also won a Carabao Cup, Europa League. Yeah, Europa League 3 years ago. Look at Barcelona winning there against Dortmund. Everton have won 2 Champions Leagues in a row. Mikel Arteta is in charge of Everton. So, hang on. So, Everton are getting in the Champions League. Everton have got Champions League football for a few years, and they've won a couple of Champions Leagues, yet they haven't won Premier League. Nathan Redmond is in charge of Arsenal. What's his attribute saying? Not bad. Yeah, not bad. A 165 CA. Jesus Navas, Chelsea manager. Michael Skubala, the old City manager there. Saul at United. Oh, we left it too late for Ralph. I think we have. Yeah, we have. Sorry, ladies and gents. Been too caught up in the determination attribute. He did become the manager of Austria. He was actually the manager of Austria for 12 years. So, there you go. That's all we know. A relegation from the European International League. 2 relegations. No major trophies for Ralph in just over 12. Just under 13 years, should I say. Brentford. So, Gisley is transferred by request for £38 million from Brentford. 41 million was the entire price from United. Do you know what? He's playing a lot. Last 2 seasons, it's been a lot of starts. Previously, it was a lot from the bench. 148, and he's really moved his personality into a better version of determined. He's classed as an elite midfielder, which is fair. Kyle at Bournemouth now, moved for £21 million from Real Madrid. He went on loan. Real Madrid bought him and they never really had much time for him, did they? He went on loan to Bournemouth in the Premier League, where he played 13 times, started them all. Then he played, Unai Emery's in charge of England. Oh, Jack Osborne has got a regen face from a previous experiment. Must have the same unique ID as someone. Yeah, Liverpool player. We'll come back at internationals in a bit. Then 38 games, played every single game, got relegated. Played a lot in the Championship, again, all starts. Come back up, and then 37 times in the Premier League with Bournemouth there. Once again, his ambitions improved. His professionalism improved a lot, actually, and he's doing really well in terms of his personality. Still only 148. Alexander at Sheffield Wednesday. Wouldn't be bothered. He was at Palace. He went to Atletico Pamplona on loan, then came to Sheffield Wednesday, and £1.5 million later. Yeah, they've played him a lot. They've played him quite a bit, to be fair, in a promotion winning season and a relegation season. He's back at Rakov. He's gone back. He's gone back to Rakov, and he's actually playing. He's come full circle. 104 he's on. Can you believe that? The story of this Mateusz Brożek back at Rakov. 2040 then, should we go? We'll just go 2 years, 2042. Sorin still at Liverpool. Luka still at PSG. Nantes have won one and PSG have won the last 2 years. Liverpool haven't won the league. Everton have finally won the league though. Finally won the league. Jadon Anthony's in charge because Mikel Arteta was sacked. A Champions League winning Mikel Arteta was sacked. Who else won it? Jesus Navas won the Champions League and the FA Cup. Everton have won the league. And so Luka at PSG is wanted by Saudi Arabia. Gisley is still at Brentford. He's now listed. He's joining Al-Shabaab. He's joining Shabab Al-Ali on the 1st of July. He's on 135k a week at Brentford. Played a lot from the bench in the last season. Cal McLevy at Bournemouth. He's wanted by someone at the end of his contract. Wants to leave to play in the UEFA Champions League. Sorry, I'm not being funny, Kyle. Don't think you're good enough. At 132, at 34 years old. Alexander Bjorklund has gone to Galatasaray. He's actually retiring at 34. And Mateusz Brożek did leave Rakov. He's now gone to Piast and he got relegated with them. Very appropriate for the end of his career. Alexander's going to be gone. Mateusz will almost certainly be gone, I think, when we come back, because we're going to come back in 2044. His contract's expiring in 2043. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these have gone as well. Yeah, we have lost both mids. Mateusz is actually still there. Mateusz is still going. Still bloody going. Gone to Gornik Lechner. His contract's expiring now. I'm sure he's going to retire. He should do if he knows what's good for him. He's back down at 90. Back where it all began. Luka is wanted by Al Nassr. He's not made it to Saudi Arabia yet. Still playing for PSG. 2 more league titles for them. Sorin at Liverpool. Still playing week in, week out. Have they won the league? They haven't. It's been Everton and United. That's really bad if you're a Liverpool fan, isn't it? Getting Conference League football from 8th and you're looking at Everton and United winning the leagues in the last 2 years. Look at Everton and United there. Goal difference separating them. Bloody hell. So I'm going to look at another year. I think they're all about to retire. I think we're going to call it here at 2045. We'll have a quick look at golden balls and stuff because I think we've got the answers and we've got the information from the experiment that we needed. Yeah, these two are still here at Liverpool and we've got another year. He's got another year on his contract, as has Luka. So I think they're probably going to stay. They've improved to model professional, respectively. But this is it. Final season. United won the league and PSG won the league. Parma have just won the Champions League, as you do. Quick look over the World Golden Ball. No one for the Golden Ball. Football of the Year. Sorin Popescu has won a Football of the Year for Liverpool. And the Player of the Year, no one. So there you have it then. Sorin Popescu was the best player. So we'll look at his profile to end things off. But as you can see, determined as a personality type has such a wide range of hidden attributes that sometimes a determined personality that on the face of it you think that looks pretty good could actually be abysmal. We're going to do this exact same experiment, but with low determination as a personality type, because I think the range and the spectrum on there is equally as broad. So we're going to have some low with low determination, which will probably be really bad. We'll have some mid, which might be a bit better. And then we'll have some high, which I'm thinking for a low determined personality type with the high hidden attributes, they might actually do quite well. So stay tuned for that one. That's coming up in the next personality experiment. But for now, that's the end of this one. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this one and you took something away from it, please do drop a like on it. There's a lot of admin to set some of these up, a lot of fiddling and a lot of tinkering around to get the personalities sort of spot on, just working out what the different ranges and everything are. So yeah, I do appreciate any like, comment or interaction in any way, shape or form. Please do subscribe to the channel. Any ideas for future experiments, please do let me know down below. If you enjoyed this new format where we do a bit of a range of the personality type, do let me know and we'll cover off some of the other personalities that we've done previously. Let me know which ones you'd like me to cover. Other than that, take good care of yourselves, gang, and I'll see you soon.